on this one. So stress. All right, look at that. Bam. Says we're live. We gotta wait a few minutes for people to come in.
Yeah, it hasn't alerted me yet.
Yeah, I hadn't alerted you yet.
Not yet.
Well, I tell you what. Remember when YouTube was awesome?
Yeah, it just there we go.
Yeah, seeing it
All
just
right.
pop out.
Okay, you got the alert too. Browser
Yeah.
has blocked your screen.
I let Love Pugs know that you were going to come up, but I
Oh,
don't
you
know if
did?
she's busy or not. Yeah.
Everybody's busy.
I don't know if I don't know if
Blame
she's busy or not.
them. Maybe
Yeah.
she just don't want to talk to me.
I can
Again.
I think she's on that one chat.
Love Bugs, she's everywhere.
So I'll
She's awesome.
message saying
Hey, if you find Love Bugs in the chat room, you better play the scratch off because she's like pew 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 pew. There's YouTube channels that I've been watching for years, didn't even know, and I'll see Love Bugs in there. Like, what's up? It's funny. It says we got 3, so it's probably you, Michael, and brother Michael. But yeah, I really want to talk about what's been going on with this YouTube censorship. I mean, I'm not gonna say. I mean, it hasn't like broke my heart or nothing, but I'm just so surprised with how the election went and how close we're getting to the transition of power. That YouTube is holding on so tight and making it even harder to make videos. It's just I'm mind blown. It's mind blowing that Okay, you remember when? Do you remember when Zuckerberg went in front of Congress just recently and said, "Look, the Biden administration made us keep things quiet." They fully admitted
Yep.
to election interference.
Yeah.
Because I think at that time Zuckerberg and everybody knew Trump's going to win. We're screwed. And what did Trump say after that? He's going to throw him in prison. I wish he didn't say that, but I think a lot of these. You there? It froze up. I'm going to deal with this a lot. Can you turn your Wi-Fi off on some of those? It froze up. Bear with me there, but you get froze up. We got the best, fastest Wi-Fi. Crap, it doesn't work. I'm gonna turn mine off. This is the same stuff I had happen to me when I was in Wisconsin. All right, so basically what I was saying is, I mean, what are your views on that when it comes to Trump's winning, and what did Trump say? What did he run on when it came to censorship and election interference when it comes to all these websites like we're on right now?
Well, the biggest thing is our First Amendment. We should be able to put out, say what we need to say, without having anybody say we can't say this and you can't say that. And that's taking away our rights and our First Amendment. Which, if they want to take our First Amendment away, what is the next thing they're going to want to take away from us? And Trump isn't going to allow that. He's not for that. He believes that you should be able to say what you want, even though you may not like it. Then you don't have to watch it. If you want to see it, at least you have the right to be able to see it.
Exactly. And
to voice your opinion.
What did you and I talk about earlier about when you take somebody's First Amendment right away? That's election interference. If you can't state a fact that happened with the running mate and they suppress it, that's election interference right away.
Right. Exactly.
So,
they want to take they only want to take what they want to hear, and that's it.
Well, of course, and they do it for a reason now. They want to suppress stuff because they don't want. Oh Lord, it's just almost as silly as Kamala saying she worked for McDonald's, and turns out she never did. But back in the day, they would have suppressed that really, really quick, and we would have never known that. I mean, there's so many things we could talk about that she said that was totally bullcrap. That never happened. And I remember growing up as a kid, Bush Jr. when he ran against Gore. So there was nothing like you see today because we didn't have the internet. But I mean, that was a screwed up election, anyways. How long was it before they just over one county in Florida and Bush Jr. won? I think it was one county. They kept counting their votes or something. I mean, it went clear into at least a couple months after the election. I could look it up right now, but nothing compared
Yeah,
to what happened.
I think that was, if I remember right, it was Wisconsin, wasn't it?
No, it was in Florida, I believe. Because I'm from Florida, and I believe it was one county. I could be wrong.
Mhm.
I could definitely be wrong, no doubt about that. Maybe can you turn my
Yeah.
other phone off or something? There's so much lag in this coming from
I
Brother
turned
Mike.
that one off.
Huh?
I turned that one off.
Yeah. It's if anybody's watching, can you just put like a 1 or 2 in the chat? Might take a minute. Locked and loaded. Good to see you. All right. Good. All right. Oh, Chad's in there. Hey, really good to see you. You know what, brother? Every video that I've been making that's gone through, you've left some really, really, really good, positive, very informative messages, and very, very, very smart. Because I went back, sometimes people leave me messages like, I don't know about that. I don't use Google, but you go past Google and that's one smart dude. Sister Peggy's in the house. Thank you. Ladybug's in the house. 1 or 2 left. Okay. How's brother Michael Gale coming? Does he keep lagging? Is this my computer?
You sound fine.
On my computer he was lagging so bad, but you said he was fine on yours? It's got to be this computer. I still haven't figured it out. Good evening, Sister Peg. So, once again, I'm going to go all over the place. See, there you go. You froze up. I know it's not you. It's got to be this computer. It's got to be this
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not lagging at all or anything. So.
Yeah, it's got to be this computer. There's got to be something I'm doing wrong. I tell you what, that computer I had in Wisconsin, I paid $75 for it. It was 100 years old and it worked great. My wife was the $800, $1,500 computer here.
Oh, that's a $1,500 one.
$1,500, and which I'm hardly on it, but going back again when it came to all these. Okay? Matter of fact, I'm trying to wait to see if more people come in, so I can explain why on earth I was suspended. I was supposed to be suspended for 3 months. They wouldn't let me leave a comment. I couldn't even on a live stream. I couldn't leave a comment. I couldn't leave a comment under my own page, under my own videos. I couldn't. Oh my God, they hit me with so much stuff. What was the other one? Couldn't do live streams. 3 months I couldn't do this and that. So what I did is I went all the way through years, and I saw my first copyright strike. So I made a long. I was at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm typing out this long note, and I went to every single strike that I got. Not even a strike, just a no from YouTube from 4 or 5 years ago, and I just kept hitting that right to send. I must have sent that thing 700 times. Anything from, I don't care if YouTube said, hey, you had a great day, here's some brownies. I sent that. I woke up the next morning. I got my live stream back. The only thing they won't give me back is the monetization. I have to apply for monetization because they don't believe it's me. They don't believe that I'm Justin Welsh from Locked and Loaded 100%. They don't believe any of the live streams or any videos I've made of my brother. They think that I've stolen them off of another channel and I'm trying to profit off of them, which you all know is complete asinine. And YouTube, if you do hear this, it's so incredibly insane. But the last one that got me was that they suspended me was 4 years ago during the epidemic. You can't even say the word now. The jab epidemic, Ovid, that started with a C. I was waking up, brother Michael, waking up every morning. I was getting like 10, 15 strikes from 2, 3 years ago. I'm like, what is this going on? So I put two and two together. Once you start hitting somebody's channel hard enough, the algorithms will take over. So I know, baby, you got to take her out. She's got to. Once you start hitting a channel hard enough, the algorithm will pick it up and go through every channel. So you know that secret person that's been harassing me forever got the ball started. And I know he got it started by calling these videos me when my brother was dying in my arms and just going with my brother to the beach before he died. They all came up as harassment, bullying, threatening, and all that stuff. 500 and some videos that I made, even me pouring concrete, all of them were reported. You know how long it must have took that dude to sit there and go through each one and hit report and why he was reporting me harassing and this and that, but just mass harassing of the channel. So I left them a message and they said, the first one was nice. Oh, yes, we understand this happens a lot of times. We'll check into it because sometimes partners, meaning partners, business partners, get mad and they'll report. Or not girlfriend or boyfriend, they said something else. Husbands and wives, so they'll split up, they'll get upset, and they'll report. We know that's illegal and it's not right, and we're going to go through it. They lied. Went through it, and bam, the next morning, I go to log, I can't, nothing. And it was the last one, my last email, I clicked on it. Governor Evers, whatever, of Wisconsin. Remember, I lived in Wisconsin during the mask mandate thing. The last video that I got hit for was not medical malpractice, medical misinformation, because I reported on the first mask mandate in Wisconsin. That was 4 years ago. I had the pictures, I had everything that was written, everything that was typed up. They told me it was false information because it was 4 years ago. And I was like, it wasn't false information back then. I reported on the day that it happened. We had to wear masks, remember?
Yeah.
You had to wear masks in California.
Sure did.
That's all it was. It was a video about a mask mandate. They got me for medical misinformation or whatever, and they hit me because there's no longer a mask mandate in Wisconsin. There's no longer one here in Washington, nowhere. But they got me 4 years later. They got me for medical misinformation, and they suspended me. And now I've got another month or so to go for my monetization, which they removed my monetization when I wasn't even. Remember, I lost my channel for 3 years due to hacking, and we already know, or most of y'all know who it is. Did that, so people, oh, you're here for the money. You know how much every penny I made on this channel, we donated it. We always donated. Maybe every now and then I'd keep a couple dollars or whatever, but we donated to Wounded Warriors. We donated to St. Jude. The money just went because I was making so much money. That was the whole goal. And then for them to take that away really hurt. So I tried to get it back, and they gave me everything back the other day, which I did beat it because I was supposed to be another 2 months before I could even do a live stream. And I beat that, and now they're talking about the monetization. That's why I want to go to Rumble, because I heard Rumble, it's not about the money, but you can say I'm a proud Trump supporter. You can say I don't believe in the jab. You can say what happened to you if you got the jab. You can say anything and everything you want, and they do not. They won't suspend your account. It's a free speech platform, and they actually monetize you too. You don't even have to have 1,000 people, You know, you don't have to sign up and all this. It's not much, but every 1,000 views, you get like $10 or whatever. I mean, nothing big, nothing major, but hey, it's better than nothing. So, but can you believe that a video I made 4 years ago, the day that the governor of Wisconsin said we are having a mandatory mask mandate. All kids in school, if you go outside, if you go to the store, this and that, you have to wear a mask. 4 years ago, and they went all the way 4 years back and suspended my account. Said it was medical misinformation that you don't have to wear a mask in Wisconsin. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And now what I did, I appealed it. They sent me back right away. Usually it takes a few days before they contact you. It's like 9 hours. Nope. We reviewed your thing. It's still medical misinformation. So that's where I'm going. So
Wow.
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And like we talked about, I don't understand why on earth, when they know Trump is coming back into office with a vengeance, what are they doing? What do they have to gain? They're biting off their nose to spite their face, because if they monetize this channel, their company will make money because they can. That's part I don't get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you can just say you had your own channel talking about hunting or the birds and the bees, whatever, or your time in the army and stuff, and every so I don't know, every hour they can put up a commercial that they're probably going to, after it's all said and done, people call this and that, they're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. But just to be an asshole because they don't like people in the military, and YouTube does not like people in the military, they won't monetize you just out of spite.
Yeah.
I don't know. I talked enough. I'll let you talk some, but that's what I want to get out. I'm furious. It's not about
Well,
money. It's the whole principle of.
yeah, it's just the principle of being able to express their feelings and what they need to talk about with other people. And when you get suppressed from doing that, that's they're taking away our First Amendment, and Trump is highly against that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
as Americans, we stood by that. That's what we
You
have
fought
our
for it.
amendments for.
You fought
So
for it.
we can.
That's why you're wearing the hat that you're wearing.
Right.
You fought
Exactly.
for it.
That's what it's all us military served our country for, was to have these amendments so that way our country isn't a communist country like
Right.
China. You can't go and say stuff in China, whatever, they'll take you out and shoot you, you know?
I know. Yeah, they went from socialism, bypass socialism, went straight to freaking communism, and that's exactly what they're trying to do here. Tell you what, if it was, I mean, what you said, all firearms related videos, you're right, Fireman TV, they're trying to take those down here. But could you imagine where we'd be right now if Kamala would have won? Pardon
Oh,
my
yeah.
French, we'd be fucked.
Yeah, we'd
And I
be,
know he's talking about the videos are taken down. But if it wasn't, if thank God Trump won, and we don't know where this is going to go. It's going to get. I want to say one thing. I know there's 10 people watching. If you're watching the archives, you agree. I know y'all agree. It's going to get way worse before it gets better. This is the calm
Mhm.
before the storm. It's quiet. You walk outside, the birds are chirping. It's about to get nuts
Yeah.
and dangerous.
But either way, I think it would have probably, maybe not as bad,
Mm-hmm.
but I think with Trump being in there, people are coming unhinged. You can see it all over YouTube.
Oh
People are
yeah.
just going totally unhinged. There
Yep.
was a guy that even killed himself.
Several.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that they're showing on mainstream media. But have you ever heard of that app called Reddit?
No.
It's like liberals, just like a lot of it. I don't read it, but they have good stuff on it. But it's mainly diehard liberals, But they had a pact. If Trump won, it was a suicide pact. They're not talking about it on the. They're not talking about it on TV. MSNBC. A lot of people have killed themselves since Trump. The night Trump won, and you're talking
Wow.
kids in their 15, 20, 25 years old have no clue, and they're gone forever, because as far as I'm concerned, what do you think? Biden has blood on his hands. Kamala has blood on his hands. Look, when you say Hitler is Hitler and Hitler, there's going to be that one person that says, "I'm going to save our country. I'm going to kill him." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So you pumped in the heads of so many children and young adults that Trump is Hitler. Now, me, granted, if I would have been back when I was young, if I would have, believed all that hype, and I was during, Hitler's era, I would have tried everything I could to take him out, to save the Jews, and to, you know what I mean? That's the mentality these kids have. Not so much that
Hmm.
they hate Trump; it's all pumped in their head. We got to,
Right.
do you get that? I got a warning for a. I can't find my glasses, buds. I got a warning for a Tumblr video. Tired.
A Tumblr video.
That's a
What?
cup. That's a cup. Oh my god! You got to tell the story on that one. Holy crap! Hey,
My
I'll put the
God.
link down there if you want to come up there. Fire. You got a warning for a Tumblr video. I don't think YouTube plans on being around after January. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't think so neither. I think Trump is going to be laying down the law, and they're going to be hurting because even Trump said it. Uh, you, YouTube is going to be going bye bye, or they better clean up quick.
They better clean up quick. This is for firemen. A tumbler, a tumbler's polished brass shell casing for bullets. So I want one of those. If you're still selling them, I want one. So you got your cup right here that's polished like the shell for your round brass. That would be awesome. And you got a warning for that. Jesus. I'll go back to you on that one. I'll get it'll get way worse. We are in the top of North Dakota, and the oil jobs are next to nothing till the change. The change ever happens. I think it says over happens. I got one. I read that wrong. I thought you said North Korea, and I was talking to brother Michael Gale the other day. It's very sad, but you remember all the years, brother Michael. I'll bring it back up again. All the years we were talking like the movie Red Dawn. If North Korea evades America, that we're doomed. They're going to kill us all because they have millions and millions of soldiers. I think at one time it was like 1 point some million soldiers. And I don't know if people have been paying attention or watching the news. You know, Putin and Kim Jong Un are they're friends. They're allies. Well, what does the leader of North Korea do? Kim Jong Un. He sends, I don't know if it was 5,000 troops. It was a bunch. He sent all the troops over there to help his troops fight against Ukraine. And I'm gonna tell you all one thing right now. If you support Ukraine, that's fine. If you love Ukraine, if you pray for Ukraine, which I will for the soldiers and the families that are innocent, I do not support Ukraine. And this is a few big reasons. All the money that has been given to Ukraine instead of given to us and our homeless veterans and stuff is bad enough. But just months ago, 2 months ago, the leaders, like the little guy you see that comes over and asks for all the money, him and the leaders of his Congress made Christianity illegal, punishable by death. Now, hear me out. They made the practice of Christianity illegal, punishable by death, and they are still sweeping through Ukraine, and they're tearing down churches, and they're burning down churches, and they're ripping these little old ladies out of the churches, Christian churches, and they're beating them. They're letting some of them live, and they're dragging the men out of the churches and putting them on the front lines to fight their war. Putin is an Orthodox Christian. At least he believes in God and he's a Christian. I don't support what he does, but I do not support Ukraine. How are we a Christian nation and we're going to send our money, which a lot of us don't want to, our tax dollars over to Ukraine to feed them, give them more weapons, knowing that they hate Christianity, they don't believe in Christ. That's why if you come in here and you say, I love Ukraine, and I pray for Ukraine, hey, it's a it's free speech. You're just not going to get it from me at all. The people that are innocent of Ukraine, or, it's the government and even the soldiers that are coming down. The videos of these soldiers on X just grabbing these little 80-year-old women by their hair and yanking them and kicking them and throwing them out on the street and laughing while they're burning down their churches. It's disgusting. And if you haven't seen, we've got 8 people in the house here. I know I'm being throttled. But if you haven't heard about it, you need to tell people. I'm talking about you. I was distracted by my darn dog. My dogs do that to me all the time. I'll re-upload the rock polisher. No problem. Yeah, please do. How much are they, fireman? I want one. I know. I told you I was going to be on here rambling. I'm pissed. But you knew about that, or did you know about the severity of Ukraine? A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, I really didn't know all that. There's probably a lot of stuff we still don't know. There's a lot of stuff we don't even know in our government.
Well, here, let me see.
You know.
Truth be told, well, no, there's a lot. Yeah, definitely a lot of. I mean, if anybody, 90% of our own government hate Christ. You know that to be true.
Well, look what look what Kamala did when she was having one of her rallies. There you go. That's a perfect example right there.
Yeah, I said that. I say that to so many people. I say, do you believe in God? Do you believe in Christ? Do you believe that the Son of God is the only way to heaven? Yeah. Why do you want to vote for Kamala? It'll change. Did you know that Kamala kicked people out of her rally because they said Christ is Lord, Jesus is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, all this stuff. And they're like, no, I didn't ever hear that. But, well, I said, if you did hear it, would it change your mind? No. Then you're a lukewarm Christian. You're not a real Christian.
Right.
It's just, I'm going to try something real quick because I want to see if I can show.
But I think, with Trump, when he was having his rallies and when especially after he got shot in the air, he gave thanks to the Lord for protecting him, and knowing that, God has a reason for him to still be here.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see some tough times for a bit? Yeah, because of course, with everything that's happening in our country right now, especially with the leftists, they're going berserk for one, and then you got the illegals that these gangs they're taking over apartment complexes.
Yeah, the Venezuelan.
Yeah, and they're taking over. So we're going to see some stuff, but once Trump gets the ICE team going and gets more men in there and doing what they got to do to take these bad guys up, because of what them going out and raping and doing what they're doing out there is just. I just can't believe this is happening in our country like it is, because it's the Trojan horse. With all these illegals that come in, it's the Trojan horse. We've got some really bad guys.
It's the Trojan horse giving us the middle finger, because the Trojan horse was all peace. They didn't know. We know they're coming over, but they're still, flipping us up. It just blows my mind. And not to cut you off, when I say our time is short, they know Trump's going to be in office in 2 months. I mean, I don't know the exact. I could January what?
January 20th.
They know they got till January 19th to cause as much problems as they can and get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of Dodge. That's what I say. They know their time's up. Because, yeah, some of them are going to stay when Trump gets in office. But when Trump gets in office and he hands the keys to the border czar, I love that guy. Can't remember his name. All shit's going to hit the fan. They're going to be busting ass. They waited 4 years. 4 years for this. These guys that didn't retire, that still stayed on there, oh my God, could you imagine?
Mm.
Ooh, I wish I could be there to watch that.
Right.
It's going to be crazy. But what I
Mm-hmm.
mean by crazy is by the time, or they know their time is short. They're going to be stealing, they're going to be robbing, they're going to be doing everything they can because it's almost like being in school knowing the tardy bell's about to ring.
Yeah.
They're going to do whatever.
Well, with their funds being cut off now, they're not going to have any way of surviving except for what? Stealing,
yeah,
breaking in your home, taking
stealing
what
your
you
car.
got.
It's Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So you got to see, if you got to be locked and loaded.
Amen.
Because I'm telling you, you better be ready because it's, we don't.
Always locked and loaded around here. Shut up.
That's right.
You got some beauties yourself, but
Yeah.
Everywhere you turn, you got to be. It's
Yeah.
not a masculinity. Oh, I got guns. Here, if somebody hears this in the archives, you remember I've said this speech a million times, and I know I keep cutting you off. If you're a far left liberal, I'm talking to you. If you're a far left, oh, you know where the camera's at. Far left liberal, you love your country. Just say you have 2 or 3 kids, and you live in a gated community, and you're like, I'm safe. I live in a gated community. They even the candy we hand out for Halloween is sugar free and it has no poison in it, no fentanyl. We haven't checked. Well, guess what? I've lived in Florida and I've lived in a lot of states and I've been in a lot of countries. Gated communities are honey holes because the people that live in these gated communities have a shit ton of money. They have money in the banks, but they have what they call safes, and they have a lot of collectibles and stuff. They have jewelry. So a lot of these guys that don't abide by gun laws, remember, stricter the gun laws, the safer you are. No. I've never seen a guy walk into a bank and say, I'm going to rob this place. Oh, wait. I'm a convicted felon. I'm not allowed to own this gun. I'm sorry. Leave it on the ground and walk out. Have you ever seen that? Never going to happen.
Nope.
99.9% of people that do home invasions are felons. They get their guns from stealing and robbing and selling drugs, this and that. So if you're ever asleep at night and you laid your kids down to bed, most liberals don't read them the Bible because they don't believe in the Bible. So they go to bed and all of a sudden you hear the door get kicked in. Mm-hmm. Five or six men, I don't care if it's Mexican, blacks, Puerto Ricans, whatever, white men, skinheads, bust in your door and they're all locked and loaded. Home invasion. All of a sudden you hear this, you're freaked out, you're shaking, you don't know what to do because you don't have a closet that has 2 or 3 guns to go to. When you hear your kids being yanked out of their rooms and being beaten, and we'll say it on here, I'll get kicked out. If you hear your daughters being raped and you don't have a gun to protect your children, that's your fault. If you're driving in a car doing 115 miles an hour and you roll that car and your kids aren't in seatbelts or they're not in child care or this gets me fired up when I'm talking about car seats. Guess who's responsible? When your kids get ejected and they get ejected and they break their necks and they die, who's responsible? You are. Mm-hmm. Because you were speeding, you were driving a car, you were in control of that car, and your kids weren't safely protected, those doors get kicked in and they rob you blind and they rape your children, rape your sons. I don't care if they even rape your boyfriend and husband. Somebody in that house is probably going to get raped. It's your responsibility because you chose, I'd rather have a book on Hillary Clinton than actually buy a gun to protect my kids because guns are scary. Get over your fear of guns. Learn how to
Mm-hmm.
protect your kids. You don't have to be shooting guns. You don't have to keep it in your pocket. You just have it somewhere safe. But no, guns are scary. Well, guess what? Criminals are even more scarier. And when one of your children are ripped out of bed and their pants are pulled down and they're sodomized and beaten, think about how scared they are.
That's
You
right.
did that to your children. You did that to your children. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
would have had a gun come out of that room firing, 99% of freaking felons and guns will take off running. Your children
That's
will be
right.
safe. Yeah, they'll have PTSD for the rest of their life from the sound of the guns and men kicking in. But guess what? They won't be raped. They won't be murdered. They'll be alive, and they'll probably grow up to buy guns and protect their own family. That's why I can't stand these. I hate guns. They scare me. They're yucky. Ooh, that makes me so mad. Sorry, but you
Well,
know,
but it's true. Me, I'm surrounded by my weapons here. I got
I
I
know,
got my choice of whatever I want.
bro. Your
Um,
guns are beautiful. If
because, pardon?
I said your guns are beautiful, I'd ask if I can marry them. If I could get your. Trust me, I know. And those pictures that you look like freaking Rambo on steroids. But no, you got gorgeous guns. And when I saw that, I believe it was a Taurus. But go ahead. I cut you off. Just you were talking about your guns. Yeah, I showed my wife. I'm like, oh, come on, Christmas. I want one of
Yeah.
these.
Well, it's
But
just you know, um, as a man, my first job is to protect my family, which, I'm an older guy. All my kids moved out. They have their own families, so it's my wife, and there ain't nobody's going to put their hands on my wife. Nobody. Long as I got breath in my lungs, they ain't putting their hands on my wife.
I know how
That,
much you love Sister Elba.
oh yeah. And I will go hell's bells on them because there ain't nobody's going to ever hurt my wife. And
Amen.
and I'm right here in my chair. I don't even sleep in the bedroom. I sleep in the
Right,
living room
right by the front
because,
door.
yep, right
Hmm.
there, because once the crap starts happening, I'm ready to go.
And my wife will tell you when we first got together, I was like, "This is where I sleep." Now I
Yep.
don't care if you like this side of the bed or this and that. This is where I sleep because I'm closer to the door. I'm closer to them. It's just like when we go out to eat. I'm sure you do the same thing. Have you ever put your back to the door?
No.
No. I
Uh-uh.
always say you're facing the
Oh, it's
door.
back to the wall.
Yeah, back yourself
Yeah.
up. My brother taught me that.
Because
I learned ever since.
no,
You see
because you
these
want to see who's
every.
coming through that door.
Hmm. You want to see who's coming in and out,
Yep.
and the same with the kitchen. That's why you got to be
Right.
backed up. My brother taught me that. I learned that
Hmm.
overseas, and this is the ones that get me. I shouldn't do it, but I kind of I pick on people in my own head. I'll see like the liberal dad with their yeah, hey, I was whatever school, whatever, I don't know, but they're always sitting. They're how do I sitting at the front of the table with the the entrance here and then the kitchen entrance here, and they're talking. They're not what they don't even they're out of touch with reality. They are the first ones that freeze up and go under the. You see the videos where guys come in with guns and stuff. Their kids are sitting up. They go right
Hmm.
under the table. I just don't understand the mentality and who. I was raised by my mom. My
Hmm.
dad's a tough guy and stuff, but we have our differences. But my mom was smart enough to teach me that growing up just as a kid. And I remember when she told me I was 3 years old, I was the man of the house. That's when she taught me how to open doors for women and stuff like that. And oh my God, I was proud. I'm the man of the house. I'm the man. I'm walking around with my shirt off. My little freaking probably Spider-Man underwear, probably weighing about 30 pounds. Yeah, I'm the man of the house. But that was instilled in my brain since I was three. And now you got these kids that are, oh, it's okay. Sorry you lost on your game. Well, mommy's gonna buy you a new game, and here, let's take you for ice cream. And the kid's like 17. He's losing his mind over a game on TV. He doesn't understand the fight or flight. We are men. I don't care if you. I've seen
Yeah.
puppies, videos of puppies with the mom's getting attacked by something or the owner's dragging it, and these little puppies are biting. Have you ever seen those on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
They're trying to.
Yeah.
They're like a month old, not even a month old, and they're
Yeah.
hey, Sister DB's in the house. Hello out there. Good to see you.
Let me tell you a
Yeah, tell me.
quick thing
I
here.
told you I was gonna be venting
I
on this.
I teach my grandsons to be very, very protective of their women in their home, no matter
Yeah.
if it's your sister and your mom.
Mm.
And one day, my wife and my daughter, my grandson were at the store, and this guy was checking out my daughter, and my
Oh,
grandson sit there and cross his arms and sit there and start staring at him, like,
nice.
and you know how old he was? He is. He's only 8 years old.
Oh, I
He
love
was
it, bro.
he was staring down that dude like, you better get your eyes off my mama, boy.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome, man. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, and I've always taught him since he was little, little. You always take care of your mama. You always watch over her, and don't let any man try to do anything wrong to your mama.
My
And he's
mom.
always been that way now. And my wife saw it that one day, and she thought that was the funniest thing. And boy, he was like this.
Yeah, I
He was
bet he
like,
meant
"Hey,
it
it sounds
too.
like this," and he was just like, "Oh yeah,
I
you
bet
think
he meant
so, huh?"
it too. Right? I bet the blood in his veins was boiling, and he didn't even know.
Oh yeah,
Having that rush of, yep. My
yep.
mom. We grew up on the beach, Daytona Beach. I was born and raised Daytona Beach, Florida. Me and my cousin Neil. My mom, we weren't blood cousins, but we thought we were because we didn't realize that we were older. Our parents, they were best friends, and then we were born, so we basically were family. But when my mom and his mom, my Aunt Linda, would go to the beach, we'd all go. Me and my cousin Neil, and they were very attractive women. They were in their 20s, and guys would be like woo and during bike week, and we would run and chase the cars and throw beach sand at them and get mad, and because you don't talk to our mamas that way. So I understand what you're saying with you, and it should be that way. And I
Mm-hmm.
tell you another
Mm-hmm.
thing, it's disrespectful for a man, very disrespectful to Google, just stare a woman down. It's creepy as
Mm-hmm.
hell, but especially in front of their family or their child.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, dude. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. I was real proud of him.
Hell yeah.
When they got home from the store. My
Mhm.
wife told me the story, and I said, "There you go. That's my
Yeah,
grandson."
that's awesome. Well, you tell them everybody said that's awesome. More people
Yeah.
are going to watch this in the archives, but I love it, man, because I grew up that same way. My mom, like I said, I'll repeat it, but I'll never, ever, ever, ever forget when she told me, because, my dad was split up. She goes, and I'm three. She had to sit down and she goes, "You are the man of the house now." And I just felt like that's back when He Man was on, He Man, some about some Gray Skull, the power of Gray Skull. I never felt
Mhm.
so freaking tough and strong. But I tell you one thing, I never liked windows because I always thought people were looking in. I was that young. I'd be like, "Rrr," skin and bones, and I walk by a window and I drop and I crawl and I get up. "Rrr," I was taking the trash out. I think my mom hustled me because it made me do chores a lot faster. You want to take trash
Yeah.
out? You're the man in the house. Yeah, I'll do it. But too funny, bro. I love it. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Inappropriate comments are shameful and unacceptable. Who said that? Did I say something inappropriate, Sister DB? I didn't read everything I was putting on.
Yeah. It's real important to for us men to teach, like our sons, grandsons, and teach them how to be a man. And that's
Mhm.
part of being a man. Is watching over women and protecting them.
That's it.
I've even done it, and I didn't know the person. I didn't know the woman, but I was protecting her. And this guy was beating on her. I went running over to him because I was going to lay into him, and he didn't want no part of me, and he was running as quick as he could go.
My wife would tell you I'm the same way. The one thing that drives me nuts is you watch these videos of guys beating the hell out of their girlfriends, and the guys are just standing there and watching, or they're stabbing them. You ever seen the ones where they're getting stabbed and they're screaming
Hmm.
for help? I would rather die a hero than live a coward any day. If
Yeah,
you're
that's right.
stabbing a woman or beating a woman, I'm beating your ass. And if I don't beat your ass, you're gonna stab me until she gets away. That's just
Mm-hmm.
the way it is. Sorry,
There you
Sarah,
go.
maybe I read that wrong. But I was watching on YouTube the other day. Um, it's a I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's a judge. He's got goofy glasses. He's bald headed. A lot of people don't. He's funny, but he gives people these second chances all the time. And I just started watching him. And a lot of people you don't know. I've got it. I went to the hospital. I got my CT scan. The doctor, my wife will tell you, but you can't say the language. My doctor said. He said that my there's my wife right there. He uh, he said my back is effed, and he used the real word. And he says I have the spine and back of a 90-year-old. So I gotta go get an MRI and stuff. But I'm actually look those steroids I was telling you about. They gave me steroids. Notice I'm still sitting here. I didn't have to. Well, we're at 45 minutes and I'm not even in pain, just my butt. But this 18-year-old kid comes on there with his mom. He'd been smoking weed. This is like his third time breaking his um, he's on probation and stuff. He had his arms crossed like this. He had his cornrows. Nothing about. I don't care what color he was. And the judge is talking to him. He won't answer. And he's like looking up like this. And then he's like, "Who's in charge?" Then the mom comes up. This is real stuff. As a matter of fact, I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It's a YouTube clip. And she comes standing up next to him. She's like, "What's wrong, Your Honor?" He's like, "Well, he's not answering me. This and that." Well, he's just a boy. He's scared. He's scared. Da, da, da. There's people all the time that come up here and are scared, but they still talk. Well, he's just 18 years old. Boy, as soon as I heard that, I was like, in the comment section, I was like, they send guys over 17 years old, put a rifle in their hand to fight over, in war. 18 years old, put up their. When I was 18, I was raising a family. He can't even talk. He's got his mama talking. Didn't talk the whole time. And a lot of people jump my butt and they're like, well, kids, kids weren't raised that way. Yeah, of course they're not raised that way. The kid refused to talk, rolling his eyes and everything. 18 years old. And I'm like, 18 years old here, they put a rifle in your hand and send you overseas to kill other people, Or if you don't, you're raised to have your job built, buy a house. Not now, you can't buy a house, but give it a few more years. But reading the comments, how many people agreed with the mom and that he's only 18 years old, that shit had me on fire. I was so mad. I was so mad. Do you imagine that? Now, when they placed a gun in your hand, and when you boot camp and all that, could you imagine when you flew out of a helicopter and they set you down, that they were going to tell you that America was going to be the America is today?
No, can't even. I couldn't even imagine that. It would probably piss me off so much I'd probably want to throw up because,
Yeah.
yeah, because that's not the America I knew back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, you wanted to serve your country because you wanted to protect your country from bad guys. I mean, then here now it's they're okay with letting them all come on in.
Oh, I know.
I
Yeah,
don't
come
get
on
it.
over. Oh, you raped and murdered children? Oh, come on
Oh,
over.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll buy
we'll
you.
even pay you money for it
Yeah,
too.
here's a shit ton of money. Here's a nice place you can stay in, and here's a free phone card. Oh, you want a license? You want to drive? You don't know how to drive? Oh, shit, they don't care.
We
You
don't
know?
care. Yeah, just get a car and drive.
Oh, you
Like,
plan on stabbing people when you're here? No bail. No bail. Come on
right?
over. Make sure you stab an American though, because if you stab him 5 times or more, he's going to jail.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's so it's like I'm in. Sometimes I've told so many people I feel like I'm in a coma or something, and I'm just dreaming all this because I just can't believe what
I
the
couldn't
hell
imagine.
has happened to our country.
I couldn't imagine. And when here's one of this was shell shock to me when I flew over to Australia and I heard these kids calling their parents birthing parents. And I asked them, I said, "What the hell does that mean?" Oh, because they're way ahead of us when it comes to wokeness. I wanted to see Australia and things I did. But when I got to meet the people of Australia, the youth and all that, and the younger generation, I was like, wow, this place is screwed. I was like, what's a birthing parent? Oh, well, you all say mother and father. We say birthing parent. No shit. I got here. I flew back. It was like 4 months later. I heard the word birthing parent. I was like, what the fuck? It made it all the way here. That's a 37-hour flight. It made it all the way here to Australia. Then now they're trying it. But let's see what happens, and let's see what it looks like in 5 months. I doubt that woke shit.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they do to the Surgeon
That
General.
that needs to get the boot because
Mhm. Birthing parent. What are some of the others? Um, I was just scrolling through YouTube. I don't like when I get stuck on that live on the phone, clicking on it. I don't know how to get off of it. And then there's like these ones dressed up like furries, like dressed up like animals and stuff like that. You know what I say
Yeah.
to that? You know what I say to that? You know what happened to Peanut and that the the raccoon Fred in New York just the other day?
Oh,
This guy had a pet squirrel that he saved his life 7 years, and he has a YouTube channel. Beautiful little black squirrel, jumps on him and stuff. He found it. His mom got hit by a car, and he saved it from this big. And his girlfriend has a baby raccoon. They have a huge TikTok channel. Well, somebody got jealous of the TikTok, the amount of TikTok viewers they had, so they called. They got raided with like 9. You would think they were FBI agents, but they were in charge of. It's asinine. It's not even land management or something like. It's not even animal fish and wildlife. It's something else. Something they just made up in New York.
mm,
They take him out, both of them, him and his wife, out of the house. They live on this huge farm. They won't even. The one guy had to go pee. They had to follow him, and they're armed. I'm talking armed agents and stuff. So they find the squirrel and they find the raccoon. They take them away, let them go back in the house. They freaking immediately euthanize them, cut their heads off to see if they got rabies, and do the same thing or whatever for no reason. And they're letting all these pedophiles in New York walk the streets, and these murderers, and all these people from Venezuela walk the streets that they kill. But they raided this huge house, 6 hours, take their beautiful little pet and their beautiful raccoon, kill it. You know, this is the reason why I think is because they were told a couple times, no, you're not allowed to own these. But they were a wildlife. They saved animals. So you do have a little pool there. You know what I mean? If you save animals, you're a rescue place. You have licensing for it. They even had licensing for it. But the way I feel is if you're going to dress like a raccoon and a furry and stuff in New York, shouldn't you be allowed to at least shoot him in the ass with a BB gun? That's my thought. You're going to kill a real raccoon. You're going to act like a raccoon. Then I want to shoot the shit out of you right in the, not with a real gun, a BB gun. That was just a thought that comes to my head. My mind's all over the place. But oh, Sister Kelly Kabuski's in the house. Oh, you saw it too? Yeah, they got swatted big time. Fireman sees horrible. Okay, we go through here. Sister DB says, "Hey Jess, always remember." I have my glasses. I can't read nothing. I'm just gonna put it up here because I can't read anything. Always remember and never forget everything won't turns into shit. Yes, very true. The woke mind virus is a serial mental health crisis. It truly is. It truly is. Think about back in when I don't just say like when you were 10 years old. I don't put an age on you, but did you have uh like what's the movie? My favorite movie of all time, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Insane asylums. When you were a little kid, did they have insane asylums, or did they close them down before you were born? I know they were closed
yeah,
down in the 50s, 40s, or 50s. I can't remember.
yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, what they were was they were just a lot of people didn't know about them, but they were insane asylum hospitals. So they shut them all down, and they let all the crazy people out on the streets. Basically, what Venezuela did with all their people and their the prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the majority probably would have made up 5 to 10% of the American population. Now, the woke community, all these kids that are dressing up like little fur babies and dressing up like boys and all this stuff, they only make up 3% of our population. People are so scared to say something like, "Oh, look at sir," and they're like, "Thank you, babe." I'm not sir, I'm ma'am. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You have an
Yeah.
Adam's apple the size of a freaking, a turkey hanging out your neck, and what's swinging between your legs does not look like you know what.
All
And
right.
you're 8 foot tall, your breast stinks, and you sound like a man. You're a dude. Oh no, why you gotta be scared to say that? Because they're afraid that you're gonna get your channel taken down, or you're gonna get put on YouTube. If somebody puts me on YouTube and I call out one of these species, go ahead, confront me in public. Confront me and tell me you saw me on YouTube or you saw me on TikTok. Say something to my face. Get in my face. Get in my safe space, and I'm gonna put your ass to sleep. Too many people are scared to death to put their foot down. And then,
Mm-hmm.
right, but Trump's gonna get in office, but everybody's afraid that there's just so many of them. Like they're crawling out of the grass, like zombies. I'm a girl. I'm a boy. You know what I mean? I'm transvestite. No, there's something wrong with you, and we're not mad at you. But just don't get in my face.
That's
But
right.
there's only 3% of the population. It's only going to take a second to put them back into crazy houses, like Sister DB saying, the woke mind virus, which a woke mind, everybody thinks that they're he, she's, and this and that. And the worst part is the mom and dad. The mom and dad's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, honey, how's Charlie?" It's not Charlie, it's Samantha. Oh, it's Samantha today. How's Samantha? How's her period? Charlie's a little boy. Oh, she's
Yeah.
got cramps. She makes me sick. That's my kid. I'm a girl. The hell you are. No, you're not. You're a boy. You can be a
I
girl
would
when you're 18, huh?
I would come unglued if one of my grandkids come up and tell me, he's a boy, and then he comes up and says, "Well, I'm a girl." I said, "Okay, I'm going to show you what a girl is, and I'm going to show you what a boy is. What do you got?"
Right. And you know what the bad part? The bad part is now you can't dress them in a dress and send them outside and embarrass them because they feel happy when you put them in a dress. They're like, "Oh, I'm free." Well, I mean, how do you get back at them? You can't kick them in the nuts and say, "Look, see, you got nuts." That's abuse. I mean, what do you
Yeah.
do? But
And I talked to once my grandkids got old enough, and I told my kids, I said, I'm going to have a talk with my grandkids. And I did. I talk to all of them and tell them who you are and what you are. And don't nobody in school or nobody a teacher tell you what you aren't and then try to change your mind. Think, oh, well, okay, I'm really a girl, but I got the parts of a boy. No,
mm-hmm.
that ain't gonna not fly because I told my daughter I'll go down to the school myself and have to have a talk with them.
Right, right. And, that, and nowadays that's not doing any better. But I'm telling you, Trump's he's our Christ put him in office for a reason. He's coming back for a reason because that
Yeah,
shit's gonna stop. And a lot of
yeah,
people are like, it's been this way. No, this shit didn't even start till a little bit after Obama. Obama set all that shit into play. This whole woke crap, you didn't hear about it 5, 6 years ago. All
yeah.
the kids, and most of them are the Hollywood elites. Almost every Hollywood elite singer has a freaking transvestite little kid that's about 5 years old. Pink, who's a singer, rapper singer, she has a
Megan
boy.
Fox,
Megan Fox had both her kids, or she have 2 kids or one.
her son.
Both her sons are girls,
I'm pregnant.
and she's pregnant. Pink has a boy and a girl, but both of them, uh, they're all these elites are all little transvestite kids. That just shows you how screwed up the woke mind is, and that's exactly what DB says. The woke mind is it's a
Well,
virus.
now they're starting to find that kids that have had a sex change, which it's not right, but they have had a sex change, and they found out the truth that really, they did the wrong thing, and they go out and commit suicide.
Yep, that's why I went like that. I saw that. I was reading the statistics the other day, and there's a girl that's trying to sue. She was 14 years old, and her doctors and her mom talked her into having it done.
Yes.
She's hoping and praying that she can have kids, change her into a boy. You know, how many kids don't, before, like with normal parents, little boys that are playing with Barbies because you ain't got a G.I. Joe and you're playing with your sister. I played with Barbies with my sisters because I had 5 sisters. But I played with G.I. Joe and my race cars and stuff. Can you imagine if my mom snagged me up by my shirt and said, "Oh, you're playing with a Barbie. Let's whack that thing off." They're nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And the suicide rate is 10 times higher, not 10 times higher. And I'm going to say, Susan, you're not allowed to say it here on YouTube. Yeah, and that's another thing they took down. My mom, YouTube, are you listening? My mom committed suicide 7 years ago. My best friend, my uncle Doug committed suicide when I was 21. My uncle Al committed suicide when I was 12. Now, how on earth, by me saying that, is going to upset somebody and trigger them? If it's not going to trigger me, it is going to trigger me. My family, I should have a PhD, if I can see the camera, a PhD in suicide. But I can't even say suicide without you taking down my videos. I went through, they took down every freaking one of my videos that had the word suicide in it. And I should change it to unalived. They didn't unalive themselves. They killed themselves. Stop trying to raise these kids in China. This whole, I don't want to trigger my kid. Reality is reality. You don't want, your mom took your life. I'm sorry to tell you, your uncle took his life. Not your uncle unalived himself. No, my uncle and my other uncle, my Uncle Doug and my Uncle Al, killed themselves with the same shotgun. My mom took a whole bunch of pills, locked herself in a room, killed herself. I followed there afterwards and don't even remember. Hung myself, was in a coma for 6 days, was pronounced dead 3 times. I don't remember any of it. So I got scars on my neck. Suicide is suicide. You should be able to say suicide so you can keep these kids from committing suicide so they can learn about suicide, not unalive themselves.
Right.
I hate this count. Sorry, this is a lot of the reasons why I'm getting taken down. I got taken down for false medical, whatever. I was talking about my brother's glioblastoma cancer. Never once did I say how you can die from it. Never once said how you can fix it. Nothing. Just saying I miss my brother. Then the other channel was about bullying and harassing. I told you this already. About my brother when I'm sitting there holding him as he's dying in my hand, which I know that came from Big Precious. But you can't say, you can't even say COVID. You can't say vaccine. You can't say suicide. You can't say cancer. You can't say asthma. Nothing on this stupid platform. They demonetize you if you're making money and if they don't like it. It's like, how pathetic, and I don't mean to yell, but how pathetic have we become? Men like you went overseas and fought and died, got shot, watched their friends. My uncle or my grandfather, Dixon, you can look him up, Dixon Arnett. He's got 4 Purple Hearts. He's gone now. His best friend Skinny got his head blown off in front of him. He talked to him every night. When we were little kids, we were scared. He paced the floor and stuff. Death is reality. Reality is death. It happens. War is war. People die.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it in hand. I've held someone's hand until their lights went out. I don't know if you heard that song, Brothers Calling yet. Have you heard it yet?
I wish I could bring it up. I know what they're going to do.
Well, you can play it. Other people have played it on YouTube.
On here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, usually if you're on a live stream, they'll shut that whole thing off.
But in the middle of it, you'll hear like a radio communications. And when what happened is we got dropped off with a helicopter. Then we started moving up to where we had to be. And there was a mine. And one of our soldiers ended up stepping on it. And it ended up, taking his legs off and, quite a bit of parts. And it threw me about 9 feet because I was a little bit more forward than he was.
Not to cut you off. What is it, Brothers? What's the name of the
Brothers
song?
Calling by Brothers Calling by Ken Carson. Yeah. That's,
Kim, as in Kim?
no, Ken.
Ken, okay.
Ken.
There he is.
And
right
then
here.
Carson with a K. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can. That's a black woman. There it is.
Yeah, it shows like two soldiers with carrying a stretcher.
All right, I got it up, and let's go here, and then let's go to share screen.
But this is what the soldier told me in his last words in the middle of the song.
This song was written about you and your platoon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want everybody to hear this. If the screen goes black, no big deal. I care less. I'm just surprised I found it because I could not find it forever. When you had shared it to me before, months ago.
Well, I had talked to him and he put it back up.
Oh, is that he took it down and he put it back up?
Right.
Okay, my bad. Also share audio. Let me know if you see it up. Baby, do you see that up?
Well, that's not it.
This is a commercial.
Oh, okay.
Stop sharing. It shows I'm sharing. Still nothing?
No.
You're 12 seconds behind?
I don't know how many seconds.
No, it should be up.
Now I see it streaming.
All right. Let's blow this up.
Thanking 4 of my esteemed colleagues and you across the world.
America. America, America the beautiful. We're fighting for, we're dying for, it's a hero's call. He took a stand, he never ran, no. Sky is burning out, the land's crying out, and the sea is red, red. Brothers are coming, hero is forming. Don't know how hero is calling, brothers are falling. I see the light of love, I feel the love overcomes me tonight. I see the angels of my brother flying high above. They gave their lives to sacrifice, to pay the price. Liberty, no more tyranny, no. They lost a life, but they held the line. Yeah, oh yeah. Sky's burning out, the land's crying out, the sea is red, red. Brothers are coming, heroes forming. Don't know how the hero is calling, brothers are falling. Michael, can you
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah, I hear you.
Was your voice on the radio?
No,
It
a
sounds just like.
songwriter called me up
No,
and
I'm talking about
asked
the
me.
playing of the radio. I want to keep playing this, but it sounded like your voice. I was like, holy shit! All right, this is a
No,
great song. If you ever play it back, listen to it. It sound like your voice. I was like, oh my god, this is a great song. This got me choked up. All right, I'll
but
finish.
this part is where where the soldier had fallen, and I crawled over to him, and this is his last words he told me before he died.
Oh Jesus! All right, here we go. Actual words of the fallen soldier. Let me bring it back a bit. Sorry, y'all.
I love my country.
I'm gonna play that back. That was harsh. What was his name?
Pardon?
What was his name?
I can't remember his name. I only got to spend a little bit of time with him, and I totally forgot his name.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna play this again. This got me choked up. But for everybody out there, if you hear this, let's say a prayer. Even though he's been in heaven for quite a while, a prayer for his family and his upcoming family. And I'll say a prayer for you too, as well, brother Michael. That had to have been brutal, tough.
Yeah, I almost was killed that day as well, 3 times.
You brought that message home. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love you, brother. They got me good here.
Tell my mom and dad I love them. And my fiance. I love my country. Brothers are calling, heroes falling. Don't know why. Hero is calling, brothers falling. Oh, brothers are calling, heroes falling. Don't know why. Hero is calling, brothers falling. Oh, I see the light above, I feel the love overcomes me tonight. I see the angels of my brother flying high above. I see the light above.
You see my name on the bottom.
Special thanks to Brother Michael Gale for his service and requesting this song to be made. Damn, he got me choked up like a trying to get that out of there. Wow,
Yep.
that was awesome, man.
Yes, he heard my story on one of a channel, and he asked me if I could get hold of him, and I said sure, so I did, and I emailed him, and we started talking, and then on the phone, and then he asked me if he could make a song because he plans on going to Arlington Cemetery, and he just wanted to get something from the Lord of what kind of a song to write for veterans, and he wanted to know my story. And I told him about this when we were going to this area that we were dropped off in the Blackhawk, and we started going, and he ended up stepping on a mine, and took the lower part of his body off, and I was on the ground. My ears were bleeding, and I crawled over to him, and those were his last words he told me before he passed away.
Wow. And you brought that message home. I'm telling you, got me choked up something fierce. My wife said I cried like a baby. Probably after this, I'm going to. And that's a very special song. I don't know if you talk to him. If I could play that every time I go live towards the end or something, would mean a lot. You know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Sister Ms. Mary's in the house. Justin, hey buddy, miss you. Just me and brother Michael Gale and some of my brothers and sisters here talking about something that brother Michael Gale went through when he was fighting for our country. And geez, man, I tell you what, you know.
Yeah, that was a man. I tell you, the Lord was watching over me because I was almost taken out 3 times that day. First with the explosion,
Mhm.
then I had a bullet come by me about 9 an inch away from my face,
You hear the
and then I was in a hand-to-hand combat fight with somebody.
Jesus. Those are the worst. It's either you or him, boy. And there ain't no rules in hand-to-hand combat. You got to bite them by the ball sack. You can do whatever you got to do. So
Yeah.
seeing that overseas, some of the nastiest stuff I saw overseas was in Chad, Africa. Nothing was part of, but they use machetes over there. But either way, I'm blessed that you were God had His hand over you, kept you safe. But I'm in awe of you for bringing that message home. You know, because anybody else not saying anything, but could have just went in one ear and out the other, and was just thankful that they were alive and trying to get out of there and didn't even think about it. You know, not saying they're a bad person, but yeah, that's huge, man. Huge. You're crying like a baby.
Yeah,
But,
I thought you would like that song.
oh, that's awesome. That's gonna be, like I said, if you talk to him again, when you do, I'd love to play it, even Rumble and everything. That'd be like the end of the live stream. I'd be honored to do that at each live stream. You know, put it on there.
Yeah, he's got another. He's on YouTube, and he's got another one. It's called 22, and that's a really good veteran song as well.
You know, I'll listen to them all now. I got them in the computer, but just knowing you were a part of that one. Whew.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it for him to ask me if he could do that. And he asked me if I wanted any money from it, and I told him nope. All I want to do is just get that out. You know.
Of course, you don't want no money.
Nah.
Not especially.
I told him I don't. You know, it's not even about me. It's about fallen soldiers that have sacrificed their lives just so you can have your First Amendment, your Second Amendment, and all your other amendments. You know, that's what we did it for.
And you know what pisses me off? How our government can choose certain wars to make them more important, like the Vietnam War versus like the Korean War and stuff. Each war, men died. Each war, you know what I mean, were scared and didn't come home. And you know, the war you went to, it's not taught. You know, and it's like it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, no. This is what I tell people: no person's pain is worse than another person's pain. Meaning, like this one kid told me, not kid, he worked with my dad named Tom DeTusa, and I broke my ankle, or my leg, my femur, which is near my ankle, and I got a cast on. I was always working. I was at work the next day, and he's like, "Dude, that ain't nothing." He's from New York, Tom DeTusa. Dude, that ain't nothing. One time I was riding his dirt bike, yo, and I broke both my effing ankles. I was like, "Wow, bro, now my ankle don't hurt no more," you know, because you broke two, my ankle doesn't hurt. So what I'm saying is, one person's pain, and you got to realize this with certain people, like, you know, even depression and sadness. If somebody's heartbroken over the loss of even an animal, and they're crying, be like, "Yeah, that ain't nothing. I lost my brother. that doesn't make that person's pain go away. And that pain hurts just as much to that person as losing a brother. There's no measurement on pain. And that goes with these wars. You know,
Hmm.
they, the World War I, World War II, and the Korean War. There's so many wars out there. Even when I was over in Chad, that was considered a war. It was a civil war. But some of the stuff I've seen and some of the stuff that people went through, no war is no person's pain. I say that all the time. Okay, just say Ms. Mary. She's fought for years because of her lupus, and in pain, and fought to get Social Security. Her war and her battle with that lupus is just as strong as my brother's battle with his glioblastoma. He just happened to go home sooner, and that type of cancer actually didn't carry pain. You know what I mean? In the brain, he wasn't in pain all the time. He just lost his functions and stuff like that. But I just can't stand when people are like, you were just in that little, oh, you were in the Iraq War. That only lasted 7 days. Well, what happened if your friend got blown up right in front of you? What if you got your arm blown up? So it was a short war, like the Israeli war that only lasted 6 days. It's no.
I suffer. I suffer every single day of stuff I had to go through.
I know.
Every day. It's a reminder of me every day. My ears ring constantly, all the time, just because of that explosion.
Yep. And the fact you were a sniper.
Yep.
I'm sure they weren't giving you the best of the best ear equipment. So you got ringing in the ears all the time. The reason why I have ringing in the ears, I was stupid. And all the years I've been shooting, was for fun. I don't need ear protection. I'm tougher than that, And I had 6 operations on my ears, but I couldn't imagine the ringing that you have in yours. That's the worst at night. You're trying to sleep.
Yeah, it's constant in both of mine.
Good to see you, Sister DB. Sorry, I've been chatterboxing. I gotta go. My husband needs a hand with a maintenance project. Peace and love to you, everyone. Great to see you. Sister Kelly Kabuski, I don't think she's in here no more. Huh? I must be reading that wrong. I miss good old fashioned regular gay people. Me too. That ain't, you know what? I don't care if you're gay or not. I just don't want to know what's behind. Don't tell me what's behind closed doors.
Right.
I don't want to see what you do behind closed doors. Don't invite me
Shove it on children.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a whole different ball game right there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of gay people. Like, who's that guy that's on X? Patriot Ant. Boy, he'll kill a pedophile, and he's gay as gay can be. But don't say, "Hey, I'm gay," and invite me into your house, and all I smell is ass and poop. Because you've been sorry about my language. I don't. I'll have dinner with you. I'll work with you. Whatever. I'll sit and talk to you on live stream or whatever. Don't tell me your escapades. Don't tell me about what happened Friday night when you got your dookie hole beat up. I don't care about that. But if you're gay, that's good. Cool. Be gay. But like you said, come near the kids.
That's right. That's where I have a problem with the kids.
Yep, there's a special place in hell for you.
They're so impressionable, and for them to push it on children when they don't. They're just trying to figure out their way in this world, and and they should be able to make that decision when they become adults. When they become adults and they decide that's what they want to do, that's up to them. But you shouldn't be forcing an 8-year-old to say, okay, well, you're really not a boy, you're a girl.
Well, I saw one the other day. It was like it wasn't the actual talking or whatever. It was more or less like an acting thing. And it's this teacher that's talking to this little 6 or 7-year-old in the club. In school, you put your backpack up and you put the coat closet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? How are you today? I'm okay. I'm just a little sad. Oh, you've been crying? Yeah. I'm like, Well, you might be a girl because girls cry more than boys. No, I'm not. Yeah, you might be. And then talks this kid into thinking, and then she puts a freaking pink coat on and a pink backpack and sends the kid out like, oh, I'm happy. I'm a girl. They do that shit. They
That's
pardon
crazy.
my French, but they mind fuck these little kids, and they're predators. And these
Mhm.
teachers that are teaching these kids things, they're freaking predators. And
Yes,
these
they are.
yeah, I'm gonna read these freaking books. I'm gonna have a transvestite come in, dress as a woman, and read books. And you know what? I would have. Still be in jail. I'd have snatched one of them freaking queers out by their throat, drag them out, beat their ass. You ain't gonna read that shit to these kids. Kids are so impressionable.
Hmm.
You know, they
Yep.
believe in Santa Claus. They believe in the Tooth Fairy. And they believe if you're going to tell them that they're going to grow up to be a girl, you might as well. Oh man, that makes me so mad.
Get you fired up, huh?
Yeah, I'm more than fired up.
Does me too.
It's
Does
disgusting.
me too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And with you having your grandkids, and same with our grandkids. Thank God most of them,
Hmm.
they're mainly homeschooled, not completely, but they're on top of the education. Now, little homie, he's too small, not size wise, but too small to go to daycare. I wish he wouldn't go to daycare. He's better off with his mom, statistically wise. Being raised at home with a. I mean, she loves her son. I call him little homie, and Jess's daughter Cheyenne, who has Jackson. She loves him to death, and he's autistic. He's a handful, but he's a beautiful child. But I dare somebody to fuck with those kids. Holy shit! Oh my god! I
Hmm.
couldn't imagine. They probably wouldn't even go to jail because they scared the judge that bad. You know what I mean? And that's the way
Yeah,
parents need to be. Parents need to be that way. They need to not be afraid to stick up for their kids and not be
that's right.
afraid. Yeah, not be afraid that you're not going to be invited to the next PTA cookathon or some crap. Your kids are your kids. It's your responsibility
Care.
to protect your kid.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Hmm.
Could you imagine if this would have happened 30 years ago and nobody stepped in? I don't think we'd
Man,
have
30
America.
years ago, this wouldn't even thought of in 30 years ago.
No, but just imagine if it did. Nobody stuck up for anything.
Yeah.
What country would it be? Well, they would find some way to make the soil rainbow colored. This would be the biggest freaking fad glitter fucking, pardon my French, place ever. Or it wouldn't actually it wouldn't be here because China would have just wiped us out. China's soldiers would have came
Well,
through
yeah,
and
they
just
say that
started smacking.
they just say, well, this is going to be easy.
Exactly. They didn't even bring guns. They just smack them. Oh, my face.
Yeah.
Fall on the ground. Jesus.
We just smack them and make them cry.
Yeah. And they give them a little tissue with poison on it. Thank you. And fall dead. Unbelievable. But yeah,
It
the kids
is.
are where it's at, man. Kids is where it's at. And I hope and pray that a lot of these kids that have been brainwashed once Trump gets in office, that these parents are going to brainwash them even more. But there's got to have to be some type of repercussion. We have to find a way to make it a form of child abuse, to get these
Right.
kids taken away from these parents.
Hmm.
And if you don't like what I'm saying, pardon me, fuck off. You can do like you're gonna do. And
YouTube's going to have to deal when Trump gets in because he ain't going to put up with that shit no more.
Exactly. I'm glad you said that because we're going to end on that topic. Exactly. YouTube, you banned me for 3 months. And then I had to send you over 50,000 things or whatever. You banned me for 3 months for videos that were 4 years old talking about mask mandates. At the time, that was real
Right.
news. It wasn't fake because it was actually, I have the article and everything. Governor Ebert, whatever, issues mask mandates. So what did y'all do? You gave me a strike on that and said it was fake medical news. You said you hammered me left and right over videos that were so old. You could have said, hey, this stuff's no longer a mandate. Why don't you take it down? No, you went above and beyond to strike because what's in my picture? There's a picture of me with Trump. You hate Trump so much, but guess what? Trump won. Trump's about to be in office, and I guarantee you something's going to happen to this platform. And you all are still trying at the last minute, get your little digs in. You should have been like, hey, this and that just locked and loaded. Maybe you should take this down and you should take that down. And, good luck and, have fun making money on YouTube. But no, you fucking libtards, pardon my French, I'm going up, Mom. You libtards know your time is short. So you started hammering shit. Videos of me holding my brother, calling it harassment and stuff. My brother dying of cancer. Me using the word cancer. You put it as hate speech. Me using the word suicide. You took down all these videos I did of my mom. And then one thing, he banned me for a month because some girl was talking about unalive. And I said, I'm so sorry that your parent or your brother took his life and committed suicide. It's so hard. You banned me a month for using the word suicide. Once again, fuck you, YouTube. I should have a PhD in suicide. My mom killed herself 7 years ago. My uncle Doug killed himself when I was 21. My uncle Al killed himself when I was 12. They're all brothers and sisters, same mom and dad. And then after my mom's suicide, I don't remember, but apparently, well, not apparently, I was in the hospital for in a coma for 6 days. I wrapped a noose around my neck. I don't remember, and hung myself. I was dead 3 times. Suicide. Why can't you use the word suicide? You have to say unalive. You don't want to hurt people's feelings. If you have to address the actual issue, the problem, not put sugar and glitter and crap all over it, doesn't make sense. Oh, he unalived himself? What does that mean? No, suicide. So what do? You ban me for that. You give me a strike for that. Give me a strike for saying the word cancer. All this shit is stupid.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Fag. I can't say fag. Remember when we were kids? Like, you fag. We didn't mean it because you were gay. It was just a funny word to pick on each other. It's all about, I could call you, man, you're being a butt face. Remember that way back when, a butt face? I can say that to you now, probably get my channel taken down. And I don't care. All y'all that watch this in the archives, probably not going to see there's only 4 people in here. But I'm switching over to Rumble, and I'm going to find out how to live stream off of Rumble and live stream here, because I know I'm not going to get the monetization back, which you all know if you watch this in the archives. All the money from monetization used to go to helping brothers and sisters here, or it went to St. Jude's, it went to Wounded Warriors. Every penny that we ever made, we gave it to people that needed it. We didn't keep it, which would be nice right now with me, with my injury and everything, keep a couple dollars. But so I'm gonna go over there.
I'm a witness to that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm a witness to that, because when I was really needing, I was needing some help, and I talked to Justin, and he sent me over a check to help me through that. And
hey, we were proud of you, buddy. We were proud of you.
What's that?
I said we were proud of you when you came out of that DMV with your license.
I know, huh?
I know what your fault. I mean, they sit you down on a computer and expect you to know what the hell you're doing. They should have given you a crash course first.
Yeah, exactly.
But
you
went back and you kicked some butt and you did a great job. So
I sure did.
That's what this channel was always about.
Yeah.
And then when they demonetized me, when I was hacked out 3 years ago, I wasn't even making videos. Remember, I was gone for 3 years when I got hacked.
Yeah.
They suspended and took my monetization away because of lack of traffic, because I wasn't making any more videos. And then they won't give it back to me because they say, like I told you, these videos right here, they're going to say this isn't me. And the other videos that I have, I use the TikTok, with the rain and stuff, the videos I put out, I use that because that's the only way I know how to make videos with the, what's the word I'm looking for? What am I looking for, babe? Anyway, it's the only quick way I know how to make videos with editing, to do quick editing. And I can't prove to them that I'm Justin Welsh, locked and loaded. I still can't prove to them that I'm me. They think I'm another creator using this video and re-uploading it. And they know it's me. It's bullshit.
Yeah. They're just playing games.
Yeah, they have no reason to take away my monetization. They had no reason to suspend me for 3 months, but I fought it and fought it. That's why I can do you. Like I wasn't even allowed. Like if I saw you in a video or you're on live, I wasn't even allowed to say, "Hey, what's up, brother?" They took away everything from me, but they gave it all back, last night. But I'd like to have the monetization. That's why I'm gonna go over to Rumble, and it'll be kind of like this. If you want to watch me on YouTube or Rumble. I'm going to start hitting the live streams hard. Now look at me. An hour and
Well, what you
35
can do is
minutes.
like I said, you can go on YouTube and let people know to go over to Rumble. Give it like a little bit of what you're going to talk about or whatever. Going too far, and then say, head over to Rumble, and there you go.
That's what I'll do. I'll do a video because I got the screen share here, but it doesn't really show much. Right here, it's so small. If somebody sees this, what I think I'm gonna do is screenshot it. It's called Justin, aka Locked and Loaded 100, but this is gonna be the Rumble page. And I tell you what, huh?
Is that what's behind you?
Is it showing it behind me? It doesn't show me at all.
It shows like a skull with
No, it shouldn't show that. That's just a patriotic skull.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see anything then. I thought it was what was behind you.
Here it is. Here. Let's see. Do you see this now?
Mm-hmm.
No?
No.
I gotta learn how to do this.
It's too small. I can see something there on the top a little bit top right.
Yeah, it should be right here. You see this? You don't
Yeah,
see
but
that?
no, it's too small. I can't see it.
How about now?
It's a little bit better, but not enough
I'm just gonna screenshot it and put it on a video.
Yeah, there you go. Do a YouTube, screenshot it.
Mhm.
Then there you'll be able to see it better.
Yeah.
It's too dark.
Yeah, like I said, back in the day, doing live streams, it was easy. It was fun because I could share videos. I could share this. Now, since I've been gone so long, they changed everything.
Yeah.
There we go. Because little bit.
There you go.
Just having fun. But yeah, I want to switch over there because, like I said, you can talk about Trump. You can talk about anything and everything. Just don't. I mean, can't be vile and all that stuff. But,
Right. Yeah.
I can talk about Christianity, how much we love God, prayers. You can do all that, and they don't hound you. They don't harass you. They don't. So that's where I'm going next. I've heard a lot of people say, "Huh."
There you go.
But I'll still have this. The YouTube, because I know a lot of people are very loyal to YouTube, and I understand.
Well, hopefully, when Trump gets in there and he starts putting the iron rod on YouTube, they'll straighten themselves out because he's going to put the law down on YouTube.
Oh yeah, yeah. And if they think
I saw him do it.
Yeah, if they think they're going to fight and win, there is a reason. Listen up, YouTube. There is a reason Mark Zuckerberg went in front of Congress and said, "I was forced by the Biden administration because what you all are doing." There we go. We're talking about what y'all are doing by censoring me, just my little view and just his view, Brother Mike's view, just their view. Sorry, I was choking. If you block that out from anybody seeing and making a decision on a vote, it could take one person to change your mind. That is election interference. And you all are just so guilty of election interference. It wasn't like that before COVID came out. I mean, you come on here and talk about it. And before Trump, this was a really cool place to be. So you reap what you sow and you keep doing the shit you're doing. It's already too late. You're just stacking up and stacking up. Unless the CEO plans on selling and moving overseas or something. Either way, the the ones that are watching us right now, typing, y'all are fucked.
Yep.
There ain't gonna be many Christmas trees under the Christmas, or Christmas presents under the Christmas tree, or whatever religion you believe in. There's not gonna be a bunch of pagan. I don't know what.
Well, what I've heard, Justin, I'm not too sure about it, but I think there's Trump's got a whole bunch of attorneys, and some of those attorneys are going to take up people that have been jacked by YouTube, and guess what? They're going to be paying out the nose, and you may be even qualified to get into that suit.
Oh, class action lawsuit.
Yep. You might
What'd
be in,
that be
you
about?
might be able, you would, with all the stuff that they did to you, you might be able to get that. So YouTube's going to be jacked.
Good. I'm gonna sue the brakes off of them. And if that's
Yep.
true, you owe me lots of money. You owe me lots of money. Because this
Yep.
channel used to revenue a lot of money. Not
That's
thousands,
right.
thousands, but we used to make a good chunk of change. Even though
Yep.
I don't care if we gave it away.
Yep. Well, that songwriter I was telling you, that Ken Carson, he was like you, patriot, Trump, and they kept on taking him down and taking his vid and this and that. He finally just said, you know what, I'm tired of fighting with these people.
Look what Ms. Mary said. I've been bounced out of this chat 3 times. Geez, YouTube, stop, girl. Yep. Done kicked her out of just kicked her out of it 3 times.
They're going. Trump's coming to get you, YouTube. You better watch out.
Yeah, they're coming to take all your toys, and they're going to find all the kids tied up in your basements. You freaks. Sorry.
Yep.
Dude, I want their money. I'll buy me a new RV. I'll buy you a new gun. I'll buy everybody something.
Montana.
We're going to Montana.
Well, just be checking into it when Trump gets in, because I heard that's one of the things he's going to be doing.
Class action.
He said it himself. Yep, he said it himself. So
do you remember Steve? I watch him Louder with Crowder. Watch him all the time. He started, and then when Trump came into office, was running for election, they demonetized him. He's still demonetized. He has he's got millions of followers. He was making $3 million a month. And they demonetized him because he's a Trump fan and all that, and he's very, very smart. Think of all that money he's getting. People were making a ton of money. Daddy's fixing to smack that ass. You're damn right I am. Shoot, yeah, bend over, YouTube.
yeah, you're gonna get spankied. You're gonna get wanky spankied because it's coming down.
This spanking is gonna hurt your pocketbook.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you done played the wrong role.
You know what they should have done the day of election? See, I'm telling you, freaking Mark Zuckerberg knew ahead of time that Trump was going to win, and that's why he went in front of Congress and said, hey, I'm being open and honest. Yes, we're guilty of election interference. The Biden administration told me what to do. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry to Trump. He said it all. But that was how many months ago? YouTube should have done the same thing. YouTube probably thought that Biden was still going to win, or they want to blow the whole thing up. I don't know. But if they get a class action lawsuit, Daddy's driving your new car, motherfucker.
I'm telling you.
It'll pay
There's so many channels out there have been taken down, Justin, that I'm telling you, it's
look at Lewis.
Woo. Yeah. Look how many times he's been jacked. I mean, good Lord.
He's one of the best, nicest people in the world. He is the nicest guy who walked this earth. And he's gotten more strikes and channel taken down than anybody. And he don't cuss.
Yeah. I mean, wow. There's a lot of channels that have been taken out, like my friend, Ken Carson. So he says he's getting on the boat. Yeah, I already talked to him about a couple of days ago. He's on the boat when Trump gets in there and this starts going. He's probably going to have a number up for his attorneys because he's got an army of attorneys. He don't got 4 or 5 or
yeah, I
6
know.
or whatever. No, he's got an army.
And he's got a vendetta.
Oh
He's
boy.
got a
Because what they have done to him, just for him himself and his family.
They
Oh
try
my
to put his
God!
sons in prison. They try to put his
Right?
sons in prison. Yeah. And did you see what they tried to do as soon as Barron turned 18? No bank
Oh yeah.
wouldn't give him a bank account because it was a liable bank account. I don't know if he got one yet, but I mean, they tried to destroy this man. And he didn't. That's what these people don't realize. He didn't have to run for president. He could be on his own island, not Epstein Island. Here's another one. People say, "Oh, he's on the Epstein flight logs." Then why on earth? If he was in those papers, the Epstein files, they would have already took him down because they indicted him
That's
on
right.
putting money that he for Stormy Daniels in the wrong account. What you know what I mean? They were willing to put him in jail for that, spend
Yeah.
millions of dollars. They would have easily did the
They were there
Epstein.
looking for anything.
Yeah, if it was if he truly had something to do with Epstein, they would have already had him and they would have fried him because he
Yeah.
wasn't involved. Epstein
Right.
took pictures with millions of people. Same with P. Diddy. But P. Diddy, well, a lot of people in trouble with P. Diddy, big time. And my wife was the one that told me as soon as Trump was elected, who flew out of the country. And I don't know anybody knows where they're at. Obama and his
Oh yeah, they're. That's what I've heard. I've heard they beat feet, man. They're gone.
got on their private jet, and he said, "Michael, and your big old wiener, come on, let's go, let's get out of here."
Yep.
Michelle
Yep.
Obama, Michael Obama, who cares? They were gone.
Yep.
I haven't seen him speak. I haven't seen a video on him. Nothing.
Yep.
Why did they take off?
Hmm.
They were. I know why. Because they're probably in a whole bunch of P. Diddy videos. I honestly
Right.
think that's why.
I think they're on the
Oh, they're definitely in there. They're definitely in there. But why do you think Kamala Harris had all these? Every single person and singer that came on are tied to the Epstein files. That's why I think they still haven't been paid yet. She owes $20 million. She's $20 million in debt. She got $1 billion, raised $1 billion, and she's $20 million in debt. And now they're all freaking out, a lot of these vendors, because they haven't been paid yet. Trump even said, "I've got money left over from the money I raised. I will pay all your vendors that you haven't paid yet because you said you can't pay them out of my own pocket." I'm like, man, is this guy ever get any nicer? I feel like writing out a piece of paper. "Hey, Trump, it's me. I sang, but the microphone didn't work very well. They're going to pay me $200,000. See if he pays me or something." But I'm joking. But every single person, Cardi B, 2 years ago said, "I ain't vote, or I'm never going to endorse anybody. I endorsed Biden and he's the worst president, this and that. I'll never, ever endorse another president again, blah, 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 blah." She on there a couple weeks ago. And, endorsing Kamala Harris. She's been to P. Diddy parties.
There's probably a big old list.
Every single person that sang at her rallies, Kamala Harris rallies, were on the P. Diddy list. Proven.
Yeah.
So did they threaten her? They said, "Okay, yeah, we got you right here with 2 little boys. Would you like to sing a couple songs and we'll just make this disappear?" That's what I believe. a lot of people believe.
Yeah.
And no telling how many CEOs of YouTube were on that list too.
Oh no.
Yep.
Better watch out.
Daddy Trump's coming to whoop some ass.
That's right. He's bringing the big stick.
I didn't even read what she's the big shit. I think I'll file a PTSD suit against YouTube as a follower of Justice.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. When I went MIA for 3 years, we went.
Yeah.
No, I checked the obituaries looking for me. That's terrible. Did you read that, babe?
What?
Read what Sister Ms. Mary put on the. That's sad, but I kind of feel special. I never had anybody check the obituaries for me. She's on her game.
No, I'm not.
Did you read it?
Oh yeah.
That's funny. I think I'll file a PTSD suit against YouTube as a follower of Justin's channel. When he went MIA,
That's
we
good.
were even checking obituaries to find you. We thought we lost a friend here. 3 years.
Hey,
Thanks a
yeah,
lot.
you never know.
Thanks a lot, Big Precious and Jennifer. But hey, my daughter helped me get it back after 3 years, and everybody's still here. Except
Yeah.
brother Mark. Man, I miss him. One of these days,
Yeah.
I'll get a hold of his wife. I call her, but I'll get a hold of Sister DB and maybe do a live stream just playing all the songs, like on a Sunday afternoon. Everybody, have your home, and open your windows and make Sunday lunch or something, and just listen to his music. That sounds nice. So yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube, better figure it out quick, because there's going to be a whole lot of subpoenas. There's going to be a whole lot of lawyers knocking. And it don't matter if you run, he's still going to get your money. Oh, you see
Yep.
what old Elon Musk, he's doing to Oprah, or not Oprah, Whoopi Goldberg?
No, what's that?
He's suing her for $80 million for defamation and slander. And guess what? What happens when you have a lot of money and somebody takes you to court? You have to buy a lawyer. You have to fight your case.
Mm-hmm.
If not, they'll win that judgment. She's going to lose her
Yeah.
ass. She's going to end up broke. And then she was on the day after I heard it. She didn't say one word about Elon. She didn't say much, and she hadn't been on the show since. Like the past
Oh,
few
yeah.
days. I hope he sues her to where I'm driving down the road and I see her holding a freaking can. I might throw a penny in it. People don't realize that. People with money and tons of money will literally destroy your life by taking you to court. Because by law, you have to, unless you go there with no money and you defend yourself and you lose your ass, you owe $80 million. Just say I don't have $80 million, but I write a book and the book pays me $50,000. Well, that $50,000 goes straight to the judgment. You're not going to see money forever.
Yep.
So she better hope she's got more than $80 million. Anyways, it's been fun. I had a great time talking with you. I've been jabbering for
Yeah, it was
almost 2 hours.
nice hanging out and just, chatting away.
We'll do it
Having
again
our-
if your wife lets you.
Doing our First Amendment there, Justin.
Yeah, First Amendment, freedom of speech.
Sure. That's right. There you go, bro.
What's the freedom of suing your ass soon? Which one is that? I want that one.
Wait, there needs to be a YouTube suing your ass song because it's coming.
Yeah, you're getting sued. Tell your kids they ain't getting nothing for Christmas. I'm getting it.
Well, no Lamborghini this year.
I ain't got money to I ain't got money to put gas in that Maserati, and I can't afford insurance to drive it, but it's gonna look good on my front yard.
Yep. Maybe this year will be all right, but next year.
We'll be able to afford it next year. What do you want? What do you want from them?
What's that?
What do you want from YouTube? Because I remember you were gonna you built a huge, because you work for the military. You had one of the largest YouTube channels, but you had to keep it secret. They took it from you. Remember that? Just kidding. I'm kidding. You're like, what the
I
hell?
did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, follow along. Remember you had like millions of dollars, took it all away?
Right.
What kind of vehicle, if you could get one from YouTube, what kind of vehicle would you want?
See a Hummer.
The old style Hummers or the
Yep.
new?
Yep.
I'm talking military Hummer.
The military. Yeah, military Hummer. The ones that go swimming. The ones that go swimming.
What do you want on the hood?
Yeah.
Elba's man on the hood. Elba's man.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. You ever drove the newer Hummers? They got the worst. When you're driving like this, the blind spots terrible. And the
I got to drive the new Hummers when they first came out
Yeah.
in the military.
Well, in the
I
military,
was back in, yeah.
all right,
So got to
we're gonna
drive
get,
that.
we're gonna
What's
get you
that?
that Hummer. We're gonna get you that Hummer.
All right. Let's
Now,
go.
what you do is when you get off the phone, you got to keep your phone on, and then get out of your chair and say, "Oh no," and then fall over. Say, "Oh my hip." Then we can sue for that too. Like he was
There we
on
go.
YouTube, and the YouTube sound waves came in and messed up his equilibrium, and then he fell. And at least we can get you a couple grand out of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
Well,
never know. It's worth a try.
yep.
We'll get hurt on
Yep.
everyone. But all right, brother Michael, thanks for sharing that song. We love you.
Yeah.
And we didn't have many come in, but the ones that did, we love you all anyways, always and forever. And we got 4 in the house. And fear no man, never fear death, get right with God, fight the good fight, and always stay locked and loaded. And wish you the best. And we'll talk again, probably do another one in a couple days if you want.
Yeah. God bless everyone.
All right. See y'all later.
Alrighty.